expect? I happen to be the official clone of Joan Rivers and Phyllis Diller. I'm 81 years old. And by the way, that was before plastic surgery. I have none. Maybe I put on a lot of weight, then it would look like that, but that's me. In any case, I am classified as a senior sex symbol. Move over, Betty White. Now, I know it's hard for you to believe all this, but I want to tell you something. It is hard. It is so hard to be this age and overweight. I went to a department store, and you know what they do? They hide us in the basement, so I had to look for a bomb shelter or something. And not only that, when I got down there, they had insult to injury. They had signs that said, well nourished, and this is really cool. They had chocolate bars, Lady Godiva or Godiva or whatever the hell that name is, at the cashiers. So it is not my fault. Really, it's not my fault, because I always ate chocolate. I drank loads of coffee, and now, you can't do that anymore. They came out with all these cholesterol things, HDL, LDL, I don't even know these names. And then 2 weeks ago, the FDA came out with an official report. They said, you can have dark chocolate, and you can drink 2 cups of Joe every day. So I'm complying. Before I got here tonight, gang, I had 2 boxes of Malamars, and I snorted 2 K-Cups. I am flying. You know, they talk, I heard the other comedians say about us old people, we don't know anything about technology. Well, I do. I'm technical, very technical. I have 7 vibrators. One for each day of the week. And I Google this every single day just to make sure I'm still here. And this is really a techie thing. I have a smartphone. It is a rotary, but it's still a smartphone. L-O-L. Now, my son is a dentist. I go to him for all my exams and my dental work. Thank God he's not a gynecologist. But he was considering it because he always wanted to look up and see where he came from. I was married. I was married for 51 years. Long time. And he died 11 years ago. Sad. He left me lonely, horny, and a nymphomaniac. And I was so naive because I had only experienced 1 penis in all those years. And it was circumcised. So I went on the internet, those dating sites, you know, Match.com, eHarmony, plenty of filter fish. Oh yeah, Viagra.com. I don't want to forget this one. This was a good one. Prostate.net. I had a lot of experiences. And then the first thing that happened to me, I went on that 5-minute dating site. The first guy came and sat down at that table, and he kept introducing himself for the entire 5 minutes. He forgot that he told me his name. And then he disappeared. Every man in that room disappeared to the bathroom, and that's when I found out that older guys, they can hold their liquor but not their water. So, I was reading something in the AARP magazine for the older men. I don't know if there's any older men here, but you could listen. I I understand that you guys are worried about impotence. So it said, when you go to bed at night, you take a roll of 100 stamps. You wrap it around your penis, the base of it. And then if you wake up in the morning and the perforation is ripped, you had a hard on. I had such trouble this morning licking those stamps to mail a letter. I just finished reading 50 Shades of Grey. I thought it meant having sex with 50 senior men. So I talked to 1,200 guys, and I dated 44 of them. Yes, interesting, it's very interesting. And after I dated those 44 men, the first date that I went out with, was 90 years old. 90. He was so lovely. Oh, I just love that man. We had a lovely dinner, but after 2 weeks, I did not hear from him, and I was very upset, very. But then I read in the paper that he died. And I felt so much better. My friends asked me, how can you get into bed looking the way we do? And I said, listen, under the covers, in the dark, no matter what is dripping and hanging and shrinking and wrinkled, it still feels wonderful. I have a hospital bed, not because I'm falling out of bed. I just think it is so perfect with handcuffs. You know, I noticed in the movies, couples do not have sex in bed anymore. The guy takes the woman and he pushes her against the wall. And then he lifts her. And then he thrusts into her. And then he throws her on a table. So I said to number 44, my boyfriend, let's try it. So he took me. He shoved me against the wall. He lifted me up. I took my legs and I wrapped them around his waist. And he threw me on the table and we finished on the floor. Now I can't go back to that diner anymore. I have carpal tunnel syndrome. I went to the doctor because I need an operation, I thought, and he said to me, Bev, what have you been doing? It comes from excessive use of your wrist. So I showed him. Now I can go back to that doctor. I was in the operating room for that carpal tunnel. I was lying there on the table, and they had a machine there. They take 2 leggings, they want to shove it on my legs, the circulation. I was lying butt naked, and this gorgeous hunk of a male nurse came up to me. And he said, spread your legs, I have to get this on. Wait a minute, I haven't even been introduced to you. I can't go back to that hospital. So, I've been thinking, because of my age, about my funeral. And I have already written my eulogy. Because after all, who knows me better than me? So I called the funeral parlor and I said, I want helium put into my coffin. Because, you know, I'm a sex symbol. And I'm good. And I said, put it in there because I don't want those pallbearers thinking how heavy I am. And where is it written that your family has to dress you in that coffin? No. I want to be dressed in a black silk show through. And you all know the coffin is only open up to the waist. So I called the funeral parlor again, and I said, I want 2 teeny tiny little holes drilled down here so my nipples can show. Now, if you all want to see those pictures, I'm sure you guys do, when you leave tonight, at the desk, you leave your email, and I will see to it that you get sent by my family to that funeral. Now I'm probably going to not be able to come to this club anymore. I think I told you everything about me. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Beverly Munter, and in June I'll be 82, I hope. And if you leave your email,